We got a game against a 2188 dude. We're gonna play the Caro-Kann, c6. Okay, knight to e2. Something I've never seen before, but let's play. Okay. Really strange move order, but we're gonna continue with the same thing. Okay, he's just gonna attack my bishop right away. I never seen this before, and it is weird. Is he gonna play d4? And it's going to be just a weird move order? Or f4? Okay, so h5, here. Oh, okay. So it's like the tall variation. The tall variation where it's gonna push e6. Yeah, I get it. But we can take this pawn though. We're gonna take this pawn. He's gonna play d4, trying to get the bishop here, trying to trade to put a bishop here with a check. So takes d4. Knight d7, bishop here, bishop takes, queen takes. Okay. I can play queen to d6 and let take and continue the game, but I do have a free pawn to take, but he's going to play d4. After d4, knight to f6, bishop here, bishop takes, queen takes. And just move the queen out. He's going to give me a check and I can move my king. But then, you know what? Let's just continue with stick with our memorization. Takes, pawn push, knight f6, yeah. Because now the queen is defending that square. So now here he's trying to play bishop to d3 to get me to take, or something to get the queen here to f6. But I don't think it helps. We're going to play knight to d7. He's going to play bishop to d3, bishop takes, queen takes, and e5, sorry. After a check, we can just run away. And the queen is protecting this check on g6. Yeah, but he's going to play that, of course. We shouldn't be allowing him to take because he's going to win the tempo, so we have to take. He's going to take, and I guess the move, it is e5. Yeah, e5, some check. We can block with the knight. He's going to take, we can take with the queen, takes, so everything's going to be fine. Yes, the move, it is e5. Pretty sure it is e5. So let's stick with our memorization, and that's it. But I'm hoping that this guy is not like a new account. So he's probably cheating if he's a new account. No, 2023. No, this guy is good. So if he takes, we just take with the queen with a check. We have rook t8. But we have to play like knight to f6 first. But knight to f6 is going to be risky because we're allowing the queen in. So we're trying to gain space with this move. Get the knight out, get the bishop out, move the rook. But if he takes, we have a check. He's going to block maybe with the bishop. And we're going to attack his queen. The queen will move. Yeah. But this is the same position that you get from a tile variation in the Caro-Kann defense. But he just chose a different move order. Knight here I've never seen before. What is this? Very weird opening by my opponent, I guess. Well, I'm gonna play queen to e6, and I don't think he can castle because I have e4, that the queen will be attacked, and the knight. So he's going to be losing the game. Queen to e6, I'm gonna take him with a check and defend my pawn. So I'm guessing that queen to e6, it is the correct move. I'm hoping that he's gonna play this. I mean, there is no checkmate because the queen is still going to be defending. Oh, so after the move e4, he's going to go queen here. But then I'm going to play knight to e7. Whenever he takes, I'm going to take his queen and double up his pawns. I think he made a mistake, right? I think he made a mistake, right? e4, queen to h3, knight to e7. Is he going to push a pawn? That's going to be very weird if he did so. We take is going to take with a pawn. We'll still going to have double pawns. So, yeah. Let's push e4, queen to h3, knight to e7, knight takes, queen takes, pawn takes, and then we can take back. It's going to have double pawns. Yes, we have a very weird position, but yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's knight here. He cannot really defend the knight. He can move the knight, but then we're going to take here. So knight here, pawn push, knight takes, pawn takes. Double pawns is not good for you. We have queen to f6, put the bishop out. And I'm guessing he's going to move his king and put the rook there. Well, we have to be careful. Here, check, we can just take it. Here, check, we can just take it with the rook and this. Okay, so knight to e7. We're attacking this twice. If you move the knight, thank you so much for ruining your structure. And he's going to be losing this game 100%. Because this is not a good structure. Your king is exposed, double pawns on the side of the board. What the actual F? F3. It's a good move. We cannot take with the queen because he's going to play this. And we cannot take his queen. But I think he made a mistake, though. No, he didn't make a mistake. Pushing e3, he can take with the knight. Take, take. Okay, if it's had to take, he cannot take with the pawn or with the queen. I guess he can take with the queen. And then knight takes, queen takes, rook takes, and then we just move away and we're completely fine. Yeah. But if takes, he's going to take with the rook. I have a check. He's going to move, probably. Dude, this guy is strange as hell. So knight takes is going to take like this. But I have queen takes, who's going to take with a check, with a rook. So knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, rook takes, and I just have to go somewhere. I don't like it. Dude, why would you play anything that is weird? So queen takes is a blunder. I want to take... No. Take with the knight. Pawn takes. Queen takes. Queen takes. Queen takes. Rook takes. King here. And then we can just safely move our pieces and we're totally cool. Yeah. Knight takes. Pawn takes. Queen takes. But I'm hating these two moves. And after this check, he can... Okay, so wait. Knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, knight here, check, and he can play this to attack me. Very weird position though. So wait, knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes. If he decided just to trade everything, so knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, rook takes, and we just move the king. I don't like this. So should I push e3? Bishop takes the blunder. This, knight takes. We go takes, takes. I gave him a pawn, but in return he has a really messed up position. Probably I might play this. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for this one. Yeah. Bishop takes a blunder. Knight takes could be the move. We're gonna queen takes, pawn takes. Now you're gonna have an isolated pawn here. Double pawns here. And in return he only got one pawn. To me, it is good because I'm not opening up his rook against my king. So that's going to be very good for me. And if he decided to play a move like g4, I can probably attack his rook. He's forced to go here. And then we go knight takes, pawn takes. Still, double pawns and isolated pawn here is not good for him. And then we can just simply I guess just move the queen here, because whenever he takes the pawn, I do have a check here. And he cannot block. I win this. If knight takes, just simple queen takes queen. I wasted more than 4 minutes on this move. So yeah, I'm pretty sure bishop takes a blunder. Any other move that is not a g4 or moving the knight is a blunder, I guess. I mean, knight takes here, queen takes, pawn takes, and then bishop takes. He can win this. Yeah. Well, he's going to have the extra pawn, and I'm already giving him the extra pawn. And in return, I'm just going to get the rook on f8, get the king here. I'll be very safe. The rooks will be lined up, and at a certain point, we will be winning one of these pawns. So, what is he going to do? g4 and have double pawns. I'm guessing after g4, I'm going to push first, so that after he goes here, then I take it. Because after takes, I go here, and whenever he wins the pawn, I can take this pawn. And if he decided to defend, I can play rook to e8, defending my pawn. Very insane position, just because of his opening. I'll be winning 11 points if I beat this guy. Almost 2200. Almost. I mean, knight takes, I guess it is the best move for him. Queen takes, pawn takes. Queen went back. Oh, sorry, knight went back. Why would you do that? So we cannot obviously push because it's going to be a check first, and it's going to win the knight, the pawn. So we have to go for our plan, which is to ruin his structure, isolate the pawns, and we're going to give him the pawn in return. I mean, after he takes, I push, he takes, and I develop the knight here to attack the pawn, and he's forced to get the knight into the position again. Okay, he took. Interesting. So I don't have knight here. So how about pawn push, knight takes, and knight here? To open up for my bishop at least. Yeah, I mean, allowing the bishop to develop is not good. I should be pushing him so that he's gonna undevelop one of his pieces. I guess that is a smarter decision to make. And then we would develop our knight here to open up for our bishop, and then to get the rook on e8, get the other rook on f8, and move the king back, or we'll be completely safe because it is a light square position, or light square, and he has a dark square bishop. Moving the rook to ensure I'm not going to have the square on f5. Good. Very good. We can play c5, but I don't like it. I have to be moving this knight. But I should not be allowing him to go here. I can play a simple knight to f6. He cannot move the knight, he's going to lose this pawn, so I guess knight to f6, let's just play that. Yes, we're giving him a pawn, but in return he has this really messed up pawn structure. So it's like we're not down a pawn. But whenever I move this knight, we're going to be having a problem here. And I cannot push. Wait, I can actually push, but I have to play rook to g8 first to push, and after he takes, I can take with the rook so that the knight is pinned. Okay, he's developing. Smart decision by my opponent. Rook to g8, trying to push, trying to win a pawn, or win the pawn back. yeah, win the pawn back because he's going to win this pawn. So rook to g8, maybe knight takes, pawn push takes, rook takes, king here or king here. Yeah, I should be moving the knight. I want to play like g6, pawn takes, knight takes, but the knight is going to get in. Is that a problem? I mean, this, he's forced to take because he's going to lose a pawn. And after that, knight takes, so the bishop is going to be allowed to get out. So this, pawn takes, knight takes, rook takes or knight takes, I don't really care. We put the rook here, we get the bishop out, yeah. So that's probably a good plan. Yeah, let's play g6, takes, knight takes, so that we can control some of these squares. Oh yeah. So now we are helping the bishop to get out, and we also want to play like rook to g8 to pin the knight, to do something. I can play bishop here, bishop to d6, but he's going to attack me. We can draw back, but that's going to lead to some checks with the rook if we move the knight, so I'm interested in pushing. The knight getting here might be attacked by my rook, and the knight has to go back. He decided to take with that knight, okay. See, I can play rook to g8, and I think he's going to move his knight. I want to play knight to h4, but he's going to play king here. At least I'm stopping him from going there, right? So how about rook to g8, knight move, he's going to lose a knight. I'm guessing let's play rook to g8 first. He's playing on my time as well, so we have to be careful. He decided to move with the king, which is a smart move. I do have knight here to stop him from going there. Is that a good plan, though? I have no clue, but knight here is going to be a problem for us. Let's go there. We're not plundering pawn, but we cannot move the bishop because we're going to lose the pawn. So, interesting decisions to make. I was thinking about rook to e8 and knight here, sacrificing the knight because after he takes, check, the king cannot move, but he still has one square to go to. Bishop here, just a simple developing move. I don't see anything bad about it. Yeah, I should be doing something that is useful. Something that is useful. I can attack his rook, but that's not going to be any good for me. I can play c5. He cannot take because after a check, bishop takes here, and he doesn't lose a piece. And rook to e8, he's just going to move his knight. I want to play c5. He's going to play something like this. Knight here, knight takes a check. He can move back. And rook here, and then just moving the bishop, he's just going to win a pawn. Dude. So what about just pushing the pawn ourselves? So after rook to e8, he's just going to move his knight here to try to get the trades. I don't want to trade. And only then we can play c5, because after he takes, we can win this. Okay, probably getting a plan. Okay. So after knight to c3, why is it knight to c3 good for us? Because after c5, he cannot play c3. Knight to c3, we're going to take, of course, because we don't want him to take and check us. So knight to c3, rook takes, the other rook takes, c5, pawn takes, we're going to have a check, and blocking takes, he still can take with the rook, so yeah, the knight here is really oddly placed. Yeah, I mean, stronger opponents play a really weird kind of variation of the opening to get you uncomfortable with the position. Even now, knight to h5 does not work because after knight takes, rook check, king here is still a move for him, and we're not winning. Only if the other rook was here, and the other rook on g7 and here. Because, I mean, at the first, first I wanted to play rook to g6, move the bishop somewhere, and just put the other rook here, sacrifice the knight, here, check, but I guess he can run away. Yeah. So knight to c3, rook takes, c5, then I can actually just go back, or then I can get here. Or he can just take this pawn. No, he cannot, because it's defended. Yeah, the knight here is not good. Maybe I was supposed to go back. The bishop was forced to be moving here, and then we move the knight back here, and we start pushing the pawn. So he played c3 himself. Knight to h5, knight takes, check here. We cannot even get a draw against this guy, because I'm trying to force a draw against him, but I don't think it works. I should be getting a rook on this, but I have to be moving my bishop first. So just move the bishop here. I hate it. He's gonna move his knight. We're gonna go back, and then we're gonna try to do some funky stuff on this side. Bishop here, bro. He can just play this. c5 will not help me because, of course, he will never take. c5, take. Well, I'm guessing let's just go back. Let's just attack his bishop, because the knight here is really bad. And we're just gonna reroute back here, and probably play like rook g6. But he can put the knight on f4 to attack my rook. I'm not thinking clearly. So this move gives us an advantage by playing bishop to d6, at least. He's gonna attack me. What is that? Why would you give me your bishop? Why would he ever give me his bishop? I do have rook takes here. Rook takes or king takes, we don't care. We're gonna take like this. It's actually probably a good move. So rook sacrifice, rook takes, knight takes. The rook is going to be attacked, so the rook has to move, and that's going to allow us to have a check at least. Yeah, I probably think there is a rook sack, because we're going to win 2 pieces for it. So, because he made a blunder. He was thinking that after knight takes, he's going to take like this, but we have a check first. Yeah, maybe this is going to be the turning point, and we'll be having some kind of an advantage. King takes, we're going to have a check. He cannot go here because it's going to be a fork. Please go here and lose the game. He decided to move away. Okay. We do have a check on g2. He cannot block. He can go here. So what to do? The knight here is really not placed in a good position. I want to play this and put the bishop here. That's a better plan, I guess. I can give him a check. I think giving him a check is better. He's going to go here. And then we can probably win a pawn. Because I can win a pawn right now. But it's not good to do it right now. Okay, let's give him a check. He went here. Okay. Now he decided to play fast. I don't know what opponents get. I can play a sneaky knight to h5, forcing him like maybe he's gonna trade and it's gonna be checkmate. Wow, imagine knight to h5, bro. He's gonna be super mad. Wait, knight to h5, he cannot move the knight, right? Hold on. Knight to h5, he can move here. But then I can win a pawn. And he cannot move the rook because it's gonna be checkmate. This is insane. Knight here. Yeah, probably this is a good move. He's gonna attack me. We're gonna take a pawn. He can never move the rook because it's gonna be checkmate. I'm guessing this is a better move, just being very active, I guess. No checks are allowed by him because my bishop is dominating the knight. Knight back, we're gonna win this pawn. He cannot move the rook because it's gonna be checkmate on e2. And he cannot force this trade because it's gonna be checkmate on e2. And this move just defends the knight. Wow, this is insane. c5 would be great. And he can never take because it's gonna be checkmate as well. But c5 take is gonna take with the king. It's gonna allow a check, and here check back. Dude, this is insane. I'm not gonna move the knight. I'm not interested in winning this pawn because I already waived the checkmate. The checkmate knight, so he cannot do anything. c5 would be great, but only if he take me. c5 takes, he can take with the pawn. We can get the bishop active. Ooh, that's a beautiful move. c5 take, he cannot take with this because after bishop attack, the rook needs to move, and when the rook moves, checkmate here. That is insane. And after c5, he takes, that's checkmate. c5 takes, he can take with the king. That's the only possibility. So c5 takes, king takes, check. He does have one way to run, but I don't think it's good because, dude, he can take it with the king. That's crazy. So probably he's gonna play knight to h4 to attack my rook. I'm gonna win a pawn for free. He can try to trade with me, but I'll take another pawn and he's gonna give me a check. Ooh. Knight to h4, rook takes b2, and rook a b1. Wow. Because I cannot take, it's going to be a check. And yes, I can move my king, but my king can never move after that. Probably I can go like king to f6. I really wanted to move this rook and blunder checkmate in one. That's insane. But c5 and takes, he can also take with the knight. But I'm gonna pin the knight. And then probably play takes or something, I don't know. So c5 takes, he cannot take with the pawn because we have bishop here to attack the rook. And when the rook moves, checkmate in one. Knight to h4 is going to be a problem because I cannot take this pawn. He's going to attack me. I can go rook to c2, giving me a check. I can just probably move to a dark square so that then I can never give me any checks. And the king still cannot move. And after I check here, he can move there, which is going to be a fork. Okay, so we probably found a solution for knight to h4. Rook takes pawn and rook here, and rook to c2, check, king up, and the pawn's going to be attacked. Unless he played... Okay, he's trying to play... Ooh, now we have c5, because after he played this, I take you. Oh my god, now we have it, right? We have c5. He's trying to play rook to d2 to get the trade in. And yes, we can win a pawn, but he's going to attack us, and we have to move, and we cannot. These two cannot move. So c5, rook to d2, pawn takes. Pawn takes, we have rook takes, and after king here, we have a check, and we can pick up the rook. So I'm guessing it is c5. We have to go for c5. Rook to d2, pawn takes. He does have knight takes, and then we can maybe take. Interesting. Rook to d2, pawn takes. The rook can never take it because we're going to pin it. Pawn takes. Oh wait, rook to d2, pawn takes is going to be a blunder because after rook takes, king takes, it's check. We can pick up the rook. So rook to d2, pawn takes, king takes a blunder. So knight takes, it is the only move. This is insane. But he can never take me. He can never take the rook because we can take with the knight and it's going to be a fork. What is going on? I am insane. Wow. He can never take. His plan does not work. I was intimidated by his plan. But he can never take because it's going to be another fork. So we traded rooks and he's going to lose a rook for a knight. And pawn takes is going to be a blunder because after rook takes, we win the rook. Knight takes is the only move. And then we can move the rook. But then he can move the king. But we can win a pawn. And we're probably going to win another pawn. So knight takes, rook to g3 to try to get the fork. He took with a pawn. That is losing. That is losing. Right? Which piece to give him? The knight or the bishop? Because I do have bishop to b4, rook takes a check, king moves, we take and he takes back, and we still have the bishop to go back to defend against the knight. Because if he decided to take and king takes, and then in check, he's going to move somewhere, and we're going to take and he's going to take. We cannot protect the pawn. Well, I can protect the pawn by king here. But I guess my bishop is better than the knight. So bishop here. Is there some kind of a checkmate? But I'm not seeing. I don't think so. Bishop to b4. Rook takes, knight takes, king move, we take, he takes, and we draw back with the bishop to dominate the knight. Dude, the recording stopped for some reason. Come on. Bishop to b4, we're attacking the rook. If the rook takes, we have a check, and we're going to win a piece for free. And we're sending checkmate in 1. Rook here, we have a check, takes, and we attack, check. He resigned. 11 points. That is insane. Oh my god, I cannot believe this game. Let's check the game review. I'm so pissed because of the recording limit that was reached, and I don't know if the video was 91.2% accuracy with a brilliant move. I cannot believe myself. Against a almost 2200. So we played the Carl Khan. He played a very weird variation of it. He totally got me in the opening phase, I guess. We had to play e5 right away. Before waiting for knight to d7, he played bishop here, we played e5. He was supposed to give me the check. He went here, we played this, we attacked. We had knight to f6. Okay, so we attack the queen there, knight to d7. The best move is to actually push the pawn. He went back, we took. We pushed the pawn, he played rook there, knight to f6, knight there, developing the knight. We had to play knight to h4, threatening a fork, and then maybe getting the rook active. Yeah. We played the correct moves. Okay. We just had to go back. The best move was to go here. Okay, we attacked him, and now this is the blunder that he made, because we have rook takes e2, because we removed the defender of the bishop. We gave him a check, another check. We played the correct move, and now we waved a mating net. The king can now move, and it's going to be checkmate on e2 if he moved the rook. He played some moves. We played c5. We had to move the rook to g5 to threaten this fork. But after takes, yeah, the best move was to go knight takes. But after pawn takes is actually bad, because we had the best move, bishop to b4, and after he takes, we will have a check, and we can pick up a piece for free. This is an insane game that we played against an almost 2200, and we are at our highest rating, 2082. Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow.